My name is Jonathan García Lana. My artistic name is Tunipanea, and I usually work and invent musical instruments. So the workshop I have here in Porto is about bringing my music instruments and sharing them with the people that comes to the workshop. The result of my work is a mix between two passions, and one of them is the world instruments, also traditional ones, but of course I like any instrument, musical instrument, and I try to learn about all the different varieties that all the cultures have in the world, and I try to imitate some of the mechanism. I've been doing this for 12 years, so now I have a pretty large collection of practical investigations about musical instruments. And that's from one side, traditional instruments and music, and from the other side I come from fine arts and from contemporary arts, so I'm also very interested in exploring the limits of what you can do with music and with the instruments. So I try also to explore with through installations or sound art, realities more like installations, musical robots, or sometimes also special events that are experimental in themselves. One of my largest projects is called Lutiteka, which is a kind of library in which I lend my instruments. And it's a large collection, so people are lending my instruments for free. And sometimes I take all the instruments together to a place. And so in this workshop, what I'm doing is bringing my collection somewhere and let people play the different instruments. And for making it a little bit more interesting, I also try to find exercises or ways to improve improvisation. Or try to find resonance of 3-4 seconds, but don't repeat in a rhythmic pattern. These are instructions mainly made because sometimes I go to contexts in which people are from different backgrounds. So one of the main reasons I bring instructions it's because it helps to people from different levels to stay at the same level. And the instructions are pretty simple, but at the same time very open. So like one of the instructions I brought was like playing a very low and long sound for a long time, but this helps people to learn to listen to other people. And also at the same time, one of the reasons I bring instructions is because my instruments are not usual, so when people see them for the first time they are very curious, but they don't have many references on how you have to play them. So another reason of bringing instructions is because it's a way to explore the instruments that maybe they never played before. So they are slowly evolving through the different workshops. And controlling time is just something I'm doing right now, but maybe in the future not. It's not as important. It's just a way to help also people to have a frame, so not get lost during the improvisations, because I try to close like the exercise. And of course, music is time, so the way of closing it, there is a lot of freedom in the improvisations, but like making a specific time frame sometimes also helps to stop the exercise, think about what happened and talk about it, which is also very important. After every improvisation or open instructions exercise, we also try to talk about what happened, and this is part of the process of learning to improvise together. Actually, this forms a big part of many of my constructions. I like things that are unpredictable or a little bit random sometimes. People can choose between the different instruments, and some of them are hard to control. So what happens in this case is the people that are playing this instrument help to build some tension in the general composition, which is also interesting to talk about. Also, by talking with colleagues, is that silence is sometimes avoided. So it's really nice to have some examples or exercises or instructions in which you learn to appreciate silence a little bit more, and especially when we are playing a lot of people together, like this workshop. So to make people a little bit more aware of the weight of silence, and to have your thoughts on silence and put them in its important place for music. It's very important.